we'll just let you guys keep letting people in. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'm so incredibly excited. I mean, I'm always excited to talk to you guys. I'm always excited for the training. I'm always excited to level up. I'm always
What's the
excited to
matter?
learn something new. If you could mute yourself as you come in,
There's no way
um,
you're getting full.
so we
You
can,
haven't even eaten a hot.
thank you. So if you can mute yourself as you come in, um, I am always so excited, but I am particularly excited today. And so we had a teaser um, in the team page, like to try to guess who was coming on. And I know now you know who it is, but I have to tell you, this is one that I'm so excited about because you're going to walk away from this call with so much more belief. And how I know that is because when I first saw our guest, when I was just a senior silver, it wasn't a senior silver yet, but that's about where I was. It wasn't a named thing yet. I came in and I was like on fire. I'm like, I'm in this. I'm in this. I'm doing this. I'm going to the top. I'm gonna do the thing. And I had never met her before. And I did not know what she was going to bring to the table and how much more belief she was going to give me about what we're part of. And so I'm really excited for that tonight. Um, as you're coming in, I'd love to know where are you from? Drop it in the chat. If this is your first time with an anchored mastermind call, drop a one, or how about an anchor in the chat? Let us know who you are. If this is your first time here, if you've been around a while, I would also love to know if you have been with Plexus for 10 years or more. Would you drop a 10 in the chat? I want to know who my old timers are that have been here forever. Well, not quite forever. We have the OG here with us tonight. So this is actually not only our first call of the month, but it is our um, first of the month that's a full month with us together. So that's pretty exciting. And I'm just so excited about how Anchored has started. I just want to point over to Miss Cassie Howard here for just a second, who decided, hey, what if we did this? And so many people have come together and said, yes, I want to be part of this. And it is very much a one plexus mindset that is behind this. That is where it really all originated. This is the heart that we have. And so it makes so much sense for us to have someone like Miss Sheila Medina here tonight to talk to us. Before we get started, I would love to throw this to Ariane Kretschmer, who is going to lead us in prayer real quick. I think we have pretty much everybody in here now, so let's do that, and then we're just going to take off and run with it, Ariane.
All right. Thank you, Angela. All right, dear Lord, I just thank you so much for this time together and every person who took the time to be on this call and the vision that we have to serve you and love others well through it. I thank you for Sheila Medina and her willingness to stop her busy schedule and pour into us. And it does just remind us of how you pour into us from above. So yes, we just ask for blessing on all of us, encouragement, and again, we just thank you so much for this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Ariane. We're going to hear from her little bit later too when we close the call as well. And so I just wanted to jump in with a couple of things. So this month is really about planting your feet on this ship where, going where Plexus is going. And one of the things that I feel like is so important is like this is very much you have to like choose the identity really in this. You are a business owner. You are taking ownership of your business. And when people decide what they want from this business, they don't just make that decision and think about it. They actually like get in the boat and start rowing. And I think what's really important is to figure out, instead of just hoping, like saying, oh, that would be so nice if that happened. We're going to get in and do the work. But we want to be focused on the right work with the right mindset. And so this is really where you want to get clear on what you want, start acting like business owners, leaning into the systems and to the team, because we go further if we go together, and we know that, and that's why we're here. We're building something so intentional. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you do have to lean in. And so that is just like, to me, from me to you, I want to thank you for prioritizing your growth and being here tonight. It means a lot to us. Tonight, you're going to hear from somebody who was there at the very beginning. Plexus is celebrating 18 years as a company. We're all grown up, all grown up. And the reason is not just our products, but it's the incredible leaders that help to shape the culture of Plexus from early on. And so our guest tonight was the very first leader in Plexus. She was the very first of all the ranks. They had to create ranks for her as she went along. And she helped to shape what Plexus became. And so 12 years ago, when I first went to my very first Super Saturday, I really left from there going, oh my gosh, I really did choose the right company. I really am in the right place. And at that time, it was you're in the right place at the right time. And I have to tell you, Plexus is in that upward trajectory all over again. And the excitement is that high all over again. I have been so lucky to keep encountering Sheila over and over in this business and being able to glean from her wisdom. I never have a moment that I'm listening to her where I don't learn something new or that I don't pick up something new. She didn't just build a business, she helped to shape the culture that many of us stepped into later. And she's been a true example of growing and adapting and staying grounded in what is simple and what works, like what matters and what works. And that is one of my favorite things is that she does keep it simple. So I can't think of anyone more fitting to kick off our very first Mastermind guest training. And it's pretty special that the very first recipient of the One Plexus Award is joining us tonight as this company moves into this kind of a shift. And there's so much excitement absolutely everywhere. So Sheila, if you are ready, I am done talking. We would love to hear from you.
That's enough about me. Let's move on. Okay. Okay, so my goodness, I'm looking through the pages here and I see so many familiar faces. So this is fun. This is really fun. And so I'm sure, Angela, you're probably referring to our first meeting in Maryland when there was a blizzard, right? For Super Saturday. And I was so shocked how many people showed up, right? People they were hungry back then for this business. And I believe they're hungry again. So let me just ask this. Throw a 1 in the chat if you happened to get on the pep rally call last night. If you were one of the lucky 1,000 that got in before it got shut down. Oh, good. Oh, good, good, good. Okay. That was an amazing call. And, it's amazing what happens when when everybody gets their heads together. So I'm hearing you say this is a collaboration, right? That's what happened to us in Cancun. We had a collaboration. We're like, oh my gosh, we're all so excited. We got to do something about it. So we did the pet rally last night, and there might be more of that to come. You'll hear more about it later. But you may have heard me use a line last night, and I used it. And then after I used it, that's something. Sometimes you feel like things are downloaded to you. I felt like it was downloaded to me last night, and I was like, really? And then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, because I believe we're not in a moment right now. We're actually in a movement. And I just think that it is time for all of us to move together. I saw some people say they were rowing in the same direction, and that's what we need all of Plexus to do. We were talking about last night, you've met the pink drink, now meet the purple drink. There's something about this combo. Look, I'm still 100% good health, but when you got 86% of women that want to lose 5 to 20 pounds, we can't just leave them out there hanging, right? We got to do something about that. And so we have the opportunity to do something about that. So this combo is amazing. And I'm not going to go into any scientifics about that because if you know me, that's not me. I am all about, does it work? Okay, thank you. Let's move on. So it works. We have the testimonies to prove it. I built my entire business on testimonies. And I think Angela did want me to talk a little bit about how I kind of came to be. And so 18 years ago, this September will be 18 years. April is when Tara bought the company. I tried to join in June. Nobody knew how to sign me up. So in July, I tried again and they still didn't know how to sign me up. And August, they said, well, we've got a new back office and as soon as we get that figured out, we'll sign you up. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys, if you were trying to join a company that had one product, one that was non-consumable, a self-breast check kit, how long would you try to join that company before you're like, they do not have their act together, so why am I even bothering, right? But there again, I felt led to I gotta see what this company's about. And so I finally called them and said, hey, if you'll just give me somebody's ambassador number, I can figure this out myself. I can sign myself up. I've been to your website. I see how you sign up. Let me just do it. So finally I got signed up, but that was until September. So from April to September, they did not sign up any people. in Plexus. They had a few people that were already there with the breast kits, and they all got grandfathered in to what we know it now is the senior goal. Wouldn't that be nice just to step in and be a senior goal? Well, not me. I had to start off as a brand new ambassador with nothing. So, but that year, with just a breast kit, I became a silver ambassador. But I didn't know where to go from there. I just knew that was their first rank. So I just started figuring out what we had to do to get from one rank to the next. And the following year, in June, I got a call, or maybe it's July, I got a call from Charles. He's like, hey, I want you to sample a new product. And at first I thought, oh, really? Because it's kind of cool. They only have 2 products. They just have a breast kit and a breast cream. And I was using it to build my Mary Kay business anyway. And because I could get into health fairs with this breast kit that I couldn't get into regularly. And so that was my plan anyway, is this Plexus was just going to help me boost my Mary Kay business. And so I loved what I did, but I always felt like there was something more out there for me. And so he asked me if I tried this drink, and I literally asked, what is it? And he said, well, we don't know just yet. We don't know what it's going to be. So I felt like, oh, here we are again, right? Nobody knows anything, but he said, it's all plant-based and it won't hurt you. And I'm like, okay, send it to me. So I tried the Slim, which it didn't have a name at that time. And all I was supposed to do is try the product once a day and report back to them. And so I did. I tried the product, and a couple days in, I thought, gosh, I slept better. A few days later, I was like, I haven't been snacking. A few days after that, I realized I had not had a Diet Coke all day, and I was addicted to 6 to 8 Diet Cokes a day. And so I realized I had not had a Diet Coke, and I think, okay, this is weird. So I called them. I was like, this is what's happening. And they're like, okay, just keep taking it. And so literally, from July to September, I had lost several pounds, several inches, but the biggest thing is how I felt. I felt good. I felt energized. I was awake. I was alert. I was alive. And when you have that kind of energy, and you feel different, and you're just nicer, whatever the case may be, people want to know what you're doing, right? What are you doing? And I said, I don't know. That did not go over well. And so people want to know what I was doing, why I was doing it, and why was I keeping it a secret. And so that's always been my motto, is don't keep Plexus a secret, because that's what people thought I was doing in the beginning, but it just simply wasn't named and it wasn't available. So on September the 6th, we launched Plexus Slim, and that's where things started to change, because literally we would get people to try the product, we would get their testimonies, and we built our entire business on testimonies. And then we just had meetings once a week. What rank are you? Okay. 5 of us sitting around the table. What rank are you? Okay, this is what you're going to need to do to get to the next rank. And that's how we did, one rank at a time. And that's kind of how I just started talking about the power of 3s, because 3 it would get you to silver. And I knew if I could get people to silver and I got them a paycheck, they would stay. Between the product and a paycheck, they weren't going anywhere. And that's the way it turned out. So here we are 18 years later, and all of a sudden we have this other drink mix that just happened to start doing all these wonderful things for people. And I feel like we're at the beginning again, because we can build our business with these testimonies. If you're not a part of that Facebook group, you need to join it. If you're not a part of the resource group, you need to figure it out and get that information, because the testimonies are rolling in. And this first trial they're going to do doesn't even start till the 8th, and all these testimonies are already rolling in. And this really didn't even start until like the last week of December. And the testimonies are just amazing. So I'm thinking, okay, you know what's happening? The belief. The belief is happening. People are believing, and they're believing that this is what I need to do. They're believing that this product can do what they want it to do. I had 2 people join my team this week, that one was from 5 years ago and one's from 7 years ago. 5 and 7 years ago. People are just coming back in. And I think if we are open to them coming in, they will come. If you're putting up any kind of shield, if you're having that mindset that, oh, I'm not sure, let me just watch it and see, well, you're going to miss it, sweetie. You're going to miss it if you do not jump in right now. It's a movement, not a moment, right? So we need you to take your belief level from wherever it is right now, whatever your belief is in the company, in the product, in the compensation plan, in the company itself, and in yourself. If you're not at a 10, you got to figure this thing out, and you need to figure it out quick. because it's not waiting on you. It's a moving train. And so our belief levels need to come up. And I always do a little test with people. I was like, tell me what your belief level is between a 1 and a 10 about our products. And when I first did that, people were excited at a number 8. I'm like, heck no, not a number 8. You need to be a 10.5 on a scale from 1 to 10. You need to believe in the products. If you don't believe, then you go find a testimony that you can relate to. Take the product yourself, get your own testimony. Find those testimonies that become relatable and share them. If you do not believe in network marketing, you might be in the wrong business, because this is who we are. We just took the middleman out, for goodness sakes. That's why we can make some really good money. If you don't have a number 10 on our comp plan, well, then obviously you've never received any money from Plexus. And if you haven't, guess what? It's coming. All you got to do is share the product. But if you have received any type of compensation, then your belief level should be really high on our compensation, right? And so the belief level on Plexus, have you ever known Plexus not to make anything right? Oh my goodness, everything. If they make a mistake, sometimes I say we because I feel like I'm a part of corporate, but I'm not. I am on this side. There's a lot going on. But anyway, they will make it right, right? And if they don't, I might be calling somebody, hey, come on, we got to make this right, right? So they will make it right. That is their motto. They're going to make it right. They don't purposely do anything to hurt any of us. Here's the thing. They only grow when we grow. They only make money when we make money. They only can look at the future when we're looking at our future. So I want to talk about 3 things tonight. One is belief, one is build, and the other one is become. And these are not my words. Did any of you watch the Olympics? Anybody watch the Olympics? We would record a little bit of it and watch it a little bit. But I happened to notice this Visa commercial, and that was their motto. It was in a different direction, but I switched it up. But it was believe, build, and become. And I thought, wow, that sounds like us. That sounds like us, because our belief level needs to be so high that we are just oozing belief on everybody we talk to. There's a difference when you talk to someone and you don't have belief versus when you talk to someone and you do have belief. It comes out in all the pores, right? It comes out, it's overflowing, and people trust you. All of a sudden, that gift of persuasion that you really don't even need, it's there because your belief is so high. So we need for you to believe in all the things, right? We need you to believe in yourself. That's the only thing that's holding you back, because the products are good, the compensation's good, the company's good, all those things are good. The only thing that's holding you back is you. So why don't you jump into this movement so that there's not a lot of work to do? You're just jumping on the train and you're just telling people about this new purple drink, or maybe you're telling them about the gut health, or you're telling them something that's going to help their system, whatever there is. We've got skin health too. So there's something for everybody, but you got to be out there. You got to be bold. You got to be consistent, and you got to be excited, and your belief level needs to shine through. When people talk to me, I hope you feel my belief, because it is so strong. I have enough for everybody, but you got to have your own. I always tell people, some people, excuse me, say, well, I don't know about if I can believe in myself. And I was like, look, here's what I want to happen. 20 years from now, I used to say that, and oh my God, I'm at 18, but 20 years from now, or let's just say 30 years from now, I want a group of people, some cousins and aunts and uncles and distance, whatever, sitting around the table going, oh my gosh, I think my Aunt Sheila did that network marketing thing, and she was really good at it. I believe she made a lot of money. I want them to say, you were the first one. Why don't you be the first one in your family to be successful? If nobody's been successful, then you lead the charge, because let me just tell you something. It's probably up to you. If you want it to happen, it's probably up to you, right? Nobody else is going to get this success unless you do it. So why don't you be the one in your family that they're talking behind your back, because they're wondering how much money you're making. They're wondering how much fun you're having. They're wondering what trip you're going on next, right? You want them to talk about you. I'll never forget that I had a cousin say, you know what? You were the center of attention at our Christmas dinner. I was like, excuse me? Why? What'd I do? And they're like, no, we were all trying to guess how much money you make. And I just looked at her. I said, oh, you probably were all wrong. I didn't tell her anything. Like, no, keep them guessing, honey. That's nobody's business but your own. Okay? It doesn't matter if you make $5, 5,000, or 50,000. That is your business. Nobody else's, right? Nobody knows when they meet you whether or not you're making 5,000 or 50,000. But your belief level can feel like you're making 50,000, right? So you got to have that belief. You got to have that belief in yourself. There's a lot of ways to get belief in yourself. There's a lot of mindset books out there. There's podcasts. There's everything. Figure it out, because you got to have belief in yourself. We don't want to leave you behind. This is an opportunity for Plexus to really, really blossom. I had the opportunity of talking to someone at corporate, and he's new, and he said, you know what? The first billion is the hardest, but the second billion is easy. So here's our opportunity to get to $1 billion company, because the second billion could be easy. And don't you want to be a part of that? Do you want to be a part of that? Put a 1 in the comments if you want to be a part of that. Why not? Yes. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So we need your belief level super, super high. If it's not, then go to your nearest jewel and they will give you some points, and they'll send you in the right direction to get that belief. I know they all know mindset books. They all know all the things. They can help you with your mindset. If you don't believe in you, it is okay to share that with somebody. I want you to feel like that you can go to your upline and share that. And if you can't, then I don't know, send me a message. But because I believe that you have everything you need to have the belief that you need to have with Plexus, okay? So the next one is build. Here's our opportunity to build a team. I don't care what your team looks like right now. Has nothing to do with you. It's absolutely no reflection on you. You understand that? Because here's the thing, you cannot control a voluntary army. And that's what you're leading. You're leading a voluntary army. You cannot control them, but if you build enough belief, they will not leave you. They will stick around. If they believe in the product, believe in all those things I just mentioned, they will stick around. So now is the time to build a team. If you need to start over, that is perfectly okay. Oh my goodness, let's all go silver this month. Let's all go senior silver. Heck, let's go gold this month. Whether you get the rank advancement money or not, it's about the excitement that you can do to go to the next rank. Sit around, look at your team and say, okay, let's figure out who needs to go silver, who needs to go to the next rank, whatever that might be. I've had 4 coaching calls today of people that want to go emerald. And I'm like, well, that's great, but let's break it down for the next 5 months. What do you need to do this month? Because if you just think you're going to go emerald by July and you don't have a plan, you're not going to make it. So you got to have a plan. You got to have a roadmap. Do you have a roadmap, or are you just voicing that? You got to build a team. You got to build the roadmap divided by 5 months. Oh, well, I want to get there by May 31st. Well, that's great, but let's build it out to July 31st. And if you get there quicker, then I'm in your corner, okay? Because what I don't want to happen is it gets to May and you're not on track, and now you're all disappointed and, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's because you didn't follow the roadmap. You didn't build the right roadmap to get you there, right? Build the roadmap. Do more than what it takes, and you might get there earlier. But maybe your goal is to become a ruby. I think that's a fantastic goal. Divided by the next 5 months. Well, how many points do you need to have? Knowing there's going to be attrition. Whatever it takes to get you to the next rank, let's do it, okay? And stop being ashamed of whatever that rank is. All the ranks are great. Are you kidding me? Because I promise you, somebody's going to bed tonight wishing and praying and hoping that they make as much money as you make. And I don't really care how much money you make. Somebody out there is wishing they made just that much. If you made an extra 300 last month, there's somebody out there wishing they had that 300. Aren't there? There's probably people out there wishing they had that 500 that you made last month. If you haven't made anything, well, this is the month to do it, because you could be the answer to someone's prayers. Why would you deny them the opportunity that we have? Every time you don't speak to somebody, you're denying them the opportunity that we have. I don't want that on me, right? If somebody tells me no, I'm like, thank you so much. I'll come back to you later, because there's tens of thousands of people behind you wishing they had what I had. So do not let one person will never make or break you. Okay. If you had that dream teamer and they didn't come on, that's because Sally Sue might turn out to be a better dream teamer than that person you ever thought was, right? So you gotta build a team. You gotta have duplication. You gotta have the power of 3. It was so powerful. If you were at leadership when Alita and Marianne talked about touch 3 people, now they touched 3 people. Now they touched 3 people. And before you knew it, the whole audience of 1,500 people was standing up, right? So it's powerful. It's been powerful in the beginning. It's powerful now. Okay, now let's talk about become. This is the big one because this is all about you. And it's so much easier to talk about everything else but you, right? But me. You need to step into your God-given talents. You need to step in to what God wants you to be. You need to step into whatever it is that you're expecting from yourself. And if you don't, who will? It's up to you. At the end of the day, it is up to you. So I want you to become the best version of yourself. And look, that might not be an emerald, a sapphire, or a diamond. That might be the best senior ruby out there, right? It might be the best emerald out there. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I want you to step into your personal success. It's not silver. I'll tell you that, okay? Silver is just a stepping stone. But look, there's a lot of growth and belief and people out there needing what we have that there's no reason you can't become the person that you're intended to be. You got to do it. You got to do it. All the lights are green right now. All the lights are green. I haven't seen all green lights in a while. March, oh my gosh. If you're not sure what March is going to do, it's going to go by you. And let me just tell you, build now in March. Get the momentum in March so that you have the people in March following you into April, because that vibration plate, the aura ring, the second aura ring, the fast start money, if you've been around money, it's all like coming to a, wouldn't you agree? It's all there for the taking. So if you got people, oh, they just like the prizes. Okay, we got you. If you got people that just love the money, we got you. But here's the thing. My favorite thing to ask someone is, who do you know? If you've got those people that just don't want to have anything to do with the business, well, I simply ask them, who do you know? Who do you know that could use a little bit of better health and would like to make a couple extra $100? Who do you know? Because one or two things are going to happen. They're going to either give you that list of people they know, there's 2 or 3 friends, or they're going to be like, well, now, wait a minute. I'll sign them up, and I'm okay with that too. But who do you know? Who do you know gives you the freedom to go around them? Because there's some people that are just connectors, and that is okay. Not everybody in your business is going to be a business builder. Some people are just connectors. And I thank the good Lord every day for my connectors, right? Because you just never know who they're going to lead you to. I just had a coaching call today, and the girl said, well, she's not interested in building a team, but she said she would surely let me know everybody that she knows that would be interested in the product. I'm like, that works. That works. Bring them to you. That works, right? You don't need to try to convince her to build a team. Just let her give you the people. And I feel like once she sees 2 or 3 people joining your team, she's going to figure it out, right? Or he's going to figure it out. So believe, build, and become. Now is the time. Don't miss this opportunity, because it's not a moment, it's a movement. I believe in you. Your jewel upline believes in you. And mostly, I want you to believe in you, because you have everything it takes. Look at the people on this screen. Nobody is one certain way of looking. Do not compare yourself to anybody else, because you'll sell yourself short every single time. Look, bring me all the people that are better at something than I am. I want to surround my people that are better than I am, right? Because I can use their skills and talent to help me grow, then you can too. So let's believe, let's build, and let's become. All right, Angela.
Listen, I don't know if anyone else needs to say anything else, but I do want to say this. Thank you so much. I'll try not to cry and smiling the whole time. You never fail to just infuse so much belief in people, and so much of remembering why we're here and why we do what we do and who this company is. And I was like, all the lights are green. I was like popping all the green emojis into the chat. But I would like to do this before we pass it over to Ariane, who's going to close us out. I would love if you're on this call right now, while your belief is this high and you are connected in that place in your brain that believes all things are possible, I'm going to cry. Will you please put in the chat what your goal is? I'm going to write it down. So when you are at your highest belief, knowing that this is possible, I want to know what your goal actually is. And with that said, Sheila, thank you. You did so many calls today and made time for ours, and you brought it like as if it was the first call you did today. And I don't know how you do it. So thank you so much.
Thank you
We,
guys.
we all love you collectively. I speak for all of us. Ariane, where are you, my friend?
Yes, I'm
Will
right
you
here.
come? Will you come close us out? What an amazing call. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Sheila, thank you so much. I know we all just want to take you and put you in our back pocket and pull you out to believe and important to us all the time. So this definitely is going to be a recorded one I'm going to re-watch. So thank you so, so much. And guys, this is just a taste of what we have in our anchored community. Again, this is a new community and it's Christian coaching for men and women. And we just want to pour into you. Like, do you feel poured into right now? I hope you do. And this is what our community is all about. And we're trying to row in the same direction, in the same boat together, and making it duplicatable and faith forward. And it's just a great, great community. And we do this every Tuesday. We have our mastermind call every Tuesday, same time, same link. And we have another guest speaker next week, too. You'll have to come on back. And I think you're going to be really glad you did, too. So that is coming up. And if you're not a part of our community, definitely go back to the person who invited you. And they will tell you how to get connected because you want to get connected. There's a couple more things that are on the docket, too, to remind you of. Every Thursday at 11 Central, noon Eastern, we have a work and worship power hour. So Jenna, our wonderful Jenna, everyone give Jenna a round of applause for all the amazing things she does. We are so thankful for her. She leads us, and there's learning and worship and working. And we actually have a guest speaker for that one too. Jake Hoffman is actually coming and giving us I know, yay for Jake. He's giving us a little training on our back office. Now, who could learn some more things about the back office? You could. So he's going to bring it for us and we're going to learn together. So that's this Thursday. And then starting March 12th is our very first anchored book club too. So that will be at 1 Eastern. And it's the first book we're doing is Sarah Robbins' The Multiply Method. I have it. I wanted to hold it, but I cannot find
Jenna's
it at the
got it.
moment.
Jenna's got
There
it
it
up.
is.
There it is.
It's nice and bright and shiny. So go order that if you haven't. And again, it's just a great, simple, again, duplicatable system. And Sarah is going to be that girl you want to put in your other back pocket too, to encourage you and give you, again, systems as we're all, again, rowing. She gets it. So we're going to row together and learn from her. So put that in your calendar as well. And again, I just lastly want to thank you guys. We are all very busy. And the fact that we can all stop in our own worlds and come together and do this together, it means the world. And that goes for all of us brand ambassadors and customers. We all do this together and we all want to bring health, hope, and happiness. And it's just such a blessing to be able to do it together. So have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you back here Tuesday. And before that, this Thursday, if you can as well. Thanks so much, guys.
Sheila, you have an open invitation to all of our everything. Want to join our book club? Come on, sister. We're so excited. You guys get out there, share that belief, because if you don't talk to people, someone else is gonna.
Yep.
Good night.
Good night,
Thanks.
guys.
Thanks.